Welcome back to the channel, guys and gals. Well, from time to time, stranger things have been known to happen. And while I'm working on this, I wanted to talk to y'all for just a minute. Because say somebody got some wrong impression about the Grapevine train show. And that was, I understand where he was coming from as far as on a modeling aspect of it. And yes, I do a lot of railroad modeling. But I've been on multiple sides of the fence. So growing up, as some of you might know from all the videos I've done, is that I grew up in my father's toy train manufacturing business. Now I say toy train, I say that very lightly because we built museum quality G-scale trains. Everything was done in-house. Nothing was outsourced. We stripped our own wood, turned our own wheels, cast our own parts, you name it, we did it. And everything worked just like the real car. Made our own turnbuckles, etc. And I saw a guy that maybe got a little bit upset about the train show, which I understand it, but the main part that I went for was to find some parts for my oldest son's Bachman. And there was very little G-scale there. So I understand his side of it, where he may have gotten upset thinking something totally different. Now y'all all saw my review, and y'all excuse the background noise because my son's filing away on some foam board because he's building another airplane. And again, like I said, I've been on both sides of the fence multiple times. Not only from a vendor's point, but a manufacturer's point, a buyer's point, and a modeler's point. So there's multiple layers there that I've been on both sides, multiple sides of the fence. And it's just a shame that Shortline Card and Foundry is no longer around. I understand Joe Allen, Dad's business partner, has restarted the company. So, I mean, that was good to hear and find out that he is starting to make parts again.
Good.
Yeah, I mean, it was from my side of it and where I stood and what I've seen and been the years that I have been through different modeling aspects of it, both as a spectator, a seller, and as somebody that has manufactured stuff. And it's kind of disheartening the fact that he took it wrong. Again, I was not very impressed with the Grapevine show. I do make several shows a year, which, again, as I said, first time that my boys and I had been in 7 years. Before in the past, I had literally run, multiple shows. I've been across country with these shows, train shows. And national train shows and all types of stuff with Dad. But some people don't see where I come from. Well,
Dad,
when you come from...
Yeah. I was 2 when I last went to a train show.
Yeah, you were 2. And so when you go from multiple sides of the fence, you see it, but also you look at, what is reality, okay, and what is it that you're after? Well, for me, I was just going for the parts to be able to fix the locomotives, but see some stuff I hadn't seen, and meet up with some people I haven't seen in a long time, and that was really nice to see all of them again. What was disheartening was to see the amount of, I wouldn't call it price gouging. I'd just say just the way that how much the prices had gone up. And the venue itself could have been better, especially when you've been advertising it and going around. There's times you have to accept the good with the bad, and I'm not faulting anybody. I just feel like it could have been done better. But that's where I stand on that. Again, I've been in this industry for a very long time. At 46, I can tell you right now, my start was at the age of 2 when I got my first train set as far as the modeler side, and grew up working in my father's toy train business at the age of 5. What was I doing at the age of 5? Sanding parts. By the time I was 12, I was running a lathe, turning my own wheels, casting parts. Just because I told my dad, I said, I want to know how to do it. So he taught me. And so that was how everything started for me. Yes, I'm working on the Class 35 Hymek. I'm getting you ready for primer. And this one, we got something kind of weird happening with this one, but we'll get to that later. But that was how things started for me. That was my start in the manufacturing process. And y'all seen the G scale I built, and the progression on it. And so yes, I understand some people where they might get a little upset, saying they were disappointed when I said that, and somebody took it wrong. You know, it is what it is. If you've been in the hobby for a long time, I'm looking at 44 years as a modeler, many years as a manufacturer and worker in that industry. So, kind of, what are you doing? What is that?
A bubble.
Oh, bubble.
I cut it out.
Okay. So, you know, I mean, it is what it is, you know. Not everybody's going to be 100% happy. And there's other times that people will be. And the guy was right in saying, you modelers, well, model railroaders have the right to say what they want to feel too. And I actually heard that in a lot of that conversation, even with some of the vendors. They were very disappointed. So it wasn't just on my side. It was also on the vendor side too. It was also on the sellers, the people that had traveled from Kansas, people that had traveled from, you know, far away for this show. And in fact, one of the vendors said that he would not be back because that show was too small. And he, you know, said something that he was going to probably ask for his money back off the spot because he said it wasn't worth even showing up. And it's sad that when a vendor says that, especially that particular vendor, came all the way from Massachusetts. And he just follows the train circuit. That's how he makes a living. So, yeah, those are some things that happened while I was out there. But I'm going to get this thing into primer, and then y'all get to see this. Now, what I'm going to be doing is putting
2 bubble.
What he said. A set of... So I'm going to get this piece into primer, and then we're going to... I'm going to put the original bogies back on it, but it's only going to be non-powered right now because I still have to make a plate and do some modifications, but at least to be able to either push or pull the locomotive as a dummy unit temporarily until I get all the parts and the pieces I need to be able to modify this bottom. But at least HMS hood will be on the rails and at least be non-static at that point. As always, keep the shiny side up, rubber down. I'll see you on the next video. And again, everybody's got their own personal opinion, and hey, it is what it is.
Who cares?
But it's one of those deals. I see it from multiple sides. See you on the next video. Y'all see the short on this later as it goes into primer, or once it's in primer and what's getting painted. We'll see y'all later.